Hello everyone, my name is Wicked Jelly. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everything's been going well for you. It's been going mighty fine for me. So, gonna talk about Folklore of the Affliction again. Game by Greenbrier Games. Great game. As I've said before, we're going to be talking about the last two classes in the game. Originally I planned on making this just one video talking about all 6 classes, but if you've watched the other two, you know that didn't go very well. So yeah, I only ended up getting 2 classes done in each video. Really, if you want to look at it, I believe the onus is really on you. You keep letting me go off tangent. So I mean, let's try to stay on track, keep our eye on the ball, and get through these 2 classes here. The last 2, thankfully, because if there was a third one, I probably still wouldn't have it done. After that, we'll probably be going through the rules for the game, discussing some of that. I'll talk about some of the tokens and whatnot, and then we'll go ahead and I'll get started on my playthrough. At the rate this is going, that'll probably be 50 videos from now, but that's okay. You know? It's not about the time it takes, it's about enjoying the ride. Or at least that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, let's get started here. First class we're going to be discussing is the Telepath. So, the Telepath. A talented mentalist who can access unique and powerful psychic abilities. She has long hidden her talents from family and friends, fearing that she would be outcast as a freak. But after seeing visions in her mind's eye, that of evil spreading across the land, she realized that her gifts could help in staunching the flow of corruption. Alright, so that's cool. Kind of reminds me in a way of, I mean, she doesn't really look like it, but I don't know if you ever watched the show Penny Dreadful. Um, it was an okay show. I don't know. I liked parts of it, and other parts was just, ugh. But one of the cooler parts I thought was Eva Green's character. You know, the struggle that she had going on with the abilities that she had and everything else. You might want to check it out. I thought it was good. You know, just skip every scene that has Dorian Gray in it, and it's even better. As a matter of fact, would have been better if the Dorian Gray was not in it. Nothing against the person that played Dorian Gray, because it wasn't his fault. Dorian Gray is just gotta be. I don't know. I never read the book. I only know about it from the few times I've seen him in movies, and a very dull, boring character. Just not a lot to him. I mean, the way that he stays immortal is kind of cool. Outside of that, just ugh. And you know, it really seemed in Penny Dreadful, his main purpose was to ensure that they could show boobies and have sex scenes. I mean, it just was. It was like the only thing that seemed to happen. Um, but yeah, and plus, you know, I mean, when when you just want to see more of Eve Green, anyways. I mean, talk about a beautiful woman. You know, very beautiful. Also, a very good actress, I believe. But you know, I'm interested. She plays some really unique roles, so I don't know if that's like what she really enjoys, is doing those type of roles. She seems to be in a lot of darker type of movies, which I think is really cool. But I don't know if she feels like she's typecasted or that's what she enjoys. I have no idea. But anyways, that's enough about me fawning over Eva Green. So anyways, so like the other ones, we got 2 character focuses to choose from. You have the Channeler. Your connection to the spirit world has been strong since birth, and you often converse with ghosts of those who have passed on. When an ally becomes a ghost, they gain +2 ghost points as long as you have at least one power point when they die. And once per story, you may spend 5 power points to summon a restless spirit to fight on your side for 1 combat. And then it has something in there about seeing the rulebook, which we'll talk about later when we get into the different roles, especially since, this is on one of those companion type things, even if it is, very temporary. Boy, I don't know how I feel about that focus. That just seems kind of not very good. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, but it doesn't really impress me. It's not working for me, Eva. Come on, you can do better. All right, the other one, telekinetic. So a telepath that also has telekinesis. There you go. You are strong in the manipulation of matter and moving objects with your thoughts. You were fond of your ability to throw another being with the force of your mind. You use 1 less power point when using the psychonesis ability. Receive +1 range with thrown weapons. I honestly feel that this is a better choice. I'll be honest though, I didn't actually deal with being a ghost in the little bit I played, so it is very possible that the first bullet point for the channeler may be more significant than what it sounds like to me, because to me it doesn't really sound very good. The other one's kind of cool. I mean, getting a restless spirit. The problem is it's only in 1 fight, so I'm not sure. I don't know. That seems. Guess there's a lot of fights in the in these stories, so I don't really know if that's that good. And the other one, using a less power point for an ability. We'll get into what that ability is. But that could be kind of handy dandy. And then receiving +1 range with thrown weapons. That's not bad. I would assume. I haven't looked because honestly, it's the first time I really looked at this class. Because when I saw the weapon, I was like, "That's dumb. I'm not doing that." Um, I'd rather have the guy with the aspergillum, the baby rattle, the baby rattle from God. I don't know, but I like how I complained about the weapon she has, and meanwhile I went with someone that carries a Tootsie Roll around. The Exorcist. Anyways, so that's what we have as far as that goes. Now let's get on to her starting abilities and starting equipment. That's what we have as far as that goes. I just realized I said that. It's epic commentary there. Yep. Alright. Brilliant. Anywho, starting abilities. So we got that first one there, Psychic Implosion. Falls underneath Psychic. I mean, it's right there in the title of it, so I guess it's not a big surprise. Crush the brain matter of a foe! Inflict 1d4 damage and force them to lose a turn on a d6. 6+. Ignores absorption. In a skirmish, drop a skirmish counter by 1. Alright. And there you go. That's a ranged one there, which is, that's pretty nice. Ignores absorption. So, absorption, I can't remember, but I would assume that means the same as like DR, damage resistance, something like that. So, not a bad ability. I'm not sure about the whole Force them to lose a turn on a D6, 6 plus. Okay. Um, I'll have to. Well, I guess we'll see when we get to that. I don't know where the D6 comes into play because I could have sworn you roll different dice, um, D10s, but maybe I'm mistaken. All right. Anyways, and then you have the other one. Both of her abilities she can use once per round. It's kind of interesting. But anyways, we have psychokinesis, and if you decide to do the telekinetic, this is one of those ones where it costs one less power point when you use it. But anyways, you can push to a target in any direction. You may spend 3 power points to push 4 instead. I don't know. I mean, very situational. I could see where maybe that might be beneficial, or if someone is in dire straits, um, you or if you can with someone else, I guess you could maybe, hopefully, possibly push them far enough away uh, to give that person a round or a chance or something along those lines. I don't know. Um, we'll have to see. I don't know how many power points she has either. I mean, it's soaking up a lot of points there. But anyways, then you have her starting equipment. Eva Green has a quartz lantern, acts as a light source, psychic keyword required. So same deal with like the other one, unless they have a keyword that says psychic, which I would be very surprised if anyone else has that outside of her. Um, it just seems like such a dinky weapon. I don't even know how that works. So, I mean, what does she do? Clobber them over the head with the lantern? I guess it's supposed to be like maybe like a beam of light or something comes out of the lantern. We'll go with that. It does do 1d4 plus 1 damage though. So to be fair, it's her thing does a little more damage than some of the other ones. So I'll give her that. There you go. It's one-handed, 10 coins, and then the always incredible, the always reliable, and definitely something that every class gets, needs, wants, the bandage. Just one bandage. That's a lot of room just to throw a bandage on there. But there you go. So those are her starting abilities, starting equipment. All right, next, let's go ahead and take a look at those attributes. And bam, there we go. So, looking at her attributes, 22 Vita. I mean, in reality, the highest seems to be the Avenging Madman, and his is 23, so yes, technically it's less, but it's one less point. She does have a 38 defense, so I don't know why her defense is so high. Maybe it's supposed to be uh, her telepathic abilities allow her um, to make it more difficult to concentrate on hitting her. Let's go with that. Let's go with that and her magical lantern. No, but it can't be the lantern because, I mean, you start out with that, but you could always get a different weapon. So, um, yeah, I'm going to say it's not the lantern. It's just, we'll go with the whole ability for her to cloud others' minds. Be like, this is not the Eva Green you're looking for. Something like that. Plus 3 might. Uh, I mean, it's pretty much the same as, not pretty much, it is the same as the Arcanist and the Archaeologist. Um, it still cracks me up that the Exorcist has one of the higher mights. That's cool. Damage bonus, plus 1. Not the greatest. Um, Actually, I think the worst. Well, no, the archaeologist has a +1 too, and I haven't looked at the witch hunter yet. So +1. 6 PowerPoints. Oh, okay. So she has one more PowerPoint than the other ones. So that's cool. I mean, I guess that makes it a little bit of a more of a class to maybe consider. 4 stride, same as everyone else. Skills, 2 in awareness, a +1 in faith, and a +1 in occult. Then you got her starting equipment, that quartz lantern and bandage. Mystic knowledge. So the keywords for her are, well, not keywords. That's further down. What are you doing? Mystic knowledge. She can use both prayers and rituals. Wow, she can use either. That's neat. You know, it would be even neater if she like started off with one of them. So another one that doesn't start off with one, but that is pretty interesting that she can uh, basically use 2 different types of knowledges. Um, None of the other ones can do that. I'm gonna probably go out on a limb and say neither can the witch hunter. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's the only one that has that ability to do it. Special ability, psychic fortitude. You may resist being drained of power points. Treat situations as if you had 0 power points to lose. Ah, I can't remember encountering anything that did that, but I would definitely think that probably comes more into play later on, and I wouldn't even be surprised if there's some instances while you're on the road or camping or random encounters um, that could definitely play a factor. Um, so, I mean, that's all right, I guess. It may take a while for that to really be beneficial, but when it does, it may make a huge difference. And then there are her keywords learned and psychic. So that's it. And then there's her little miniature. Just, yeah, putting her hand up against her head and putting out her lantern to, um, I guess, light the way for everyone else, like only Eva Green could. So there you have it. That's the telepath. So now I'm going to actually go on and I'm going to make it, hallelujah, to the last class. And that class is the Witch Hunter. There he is. I just don't know though. He doesn't look very intimidating. He doesn't. Not how I would picture a witch hunter. He looks kind of dinky. He's the dinky witch hunter. I mean, when I think witch hunter, I think at the very least something like this. Going to town like that. You know what I mean? Taking care of business. I never seen the movie though. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that um, it's probably as good as his other movies. But this guy right here, this is what I picture when I think of the witch hunter. I know that's not his name, um, but I mean, come on, it just follows suit. But instead, unfortunately, what we have is this guy. Not very intimidating, but you know, he's got a crossbow though, and a sword. I mean, so he's ready to take care of business. All right. The witch hunter is a fanatical bounty hunter who adheres to a strict code of honor and is sworn to purge the world of evil. He is a member of a sect of inquisitors that have hidden behind those in power for centuries, advising and influencing. He is an accomplished huntsman and tracker, using his skills as the weapon specialist and marksman to hunt the creatures of the night. The witch hunter is a decisive and trained interrogator. With his knowledge of the Malleus Maleficarum, he inflicts his own brand of justice. Maleficarum. Malleus Maleficarum. Okay. So, you got your 2 character focuses um, for our trusty witch hunter. You can be an inquisitor. You're a master of interrogation and information gathering. You may interrogate a mortal creature instead of killing them. If your attack would kill the target, roll a d6 on the effectiveness or your interrogation. If you get a 1, your efforts have killed your target. Lose 1 lore for your brutality. Number 2, your target refuses to talk. Nothing happens. Number 3, your newfound knowledge allows you to regain 1 power point. Number 4, you convince them to reveal a useful resource. Draw 1 item card. Number 5, you learn useful information that allows the group to flee their next skirmish if you are the leader. And number 6, gain +5 might against the next affliction. Not stackable. That's pretty good, because really the worst you could get out of that is the first one. And unless I'm like forgetting, I really don't think losing 1 lore point, even if you had bad luck and roll that a lot, is really that big of a deal. Because I'm pretty sure you get a lot of lore points from the different things that you do. So I don't think that's really that bad. I think it's pretty good. One of the better ones, I think. And the other one is the bounty hunter. At the beginning of each story, roll a d6 to determine your target bounty. Each time you land a killing blow against that creature type, you gain 1d6 extra coins. You may re-roll your bounty every time you enter a new town. And yeah, that'll give you one of those ones. Again, that just does not seem like it's worth it. That seems worse than the other random one, because this one only gives you some extra money. I mean, whoop-de-doo. So, I mean, it's nice. There's definitely stuff to buy and whatnot, but I don't think that's worth it. So he has 1 really good focus, in my opinion, and he has 1 terrible. But, 1 out of 2 is not bad. Let's look at it as the glass is half full. Alright? So next, we're going to do attributes and starting equipment. Alright, here we go. So, starting abilities. First one is in the scope. It's got keywords hunt and military. So, gain +5 might with ranged weapons during the first round of combat. Usable during a skirmish. And that is a passive. So, that's interesting. Alright. Then the second one, tracker, which has that keyword hunt. You have superior skill at routing your enemies. Reroll a missed range attack or recover 1 ammo. Usable during a skirmish. Once per round. That's pretty good. So, yeah, he gets to do it back. I'm assuming that's what the 3-2-1 is for, is the amount of ammo that he has. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. I'll look at that when we get there. As far as that goes, because some of them do have it. Another one that has it is the lantern. Eva Green's lantern has that as well. But anyways, so, and then the crossbow, focus 1. And then you have, it does 1d4 plus 1 damage. Something that stands out though is it's two-handed. So it's a little bit different. Some of the other ones can maybe do something else once you get some more items. A lot easier because they could keep it in another hand. He, however, does not have that luxury because it takes 2 hands to use his trusty crossbow. And I like how he has a sword in the picture, but he does not actually really have one. Or maybe that is just for show, so he can look more intimidating. Maybe it's just like a fake sword or a wooden sword. I don't know. Possibilities are endless, right? Anyways, and he gets a bandage. So, all right. That's I don't know. He's got some pretty decent abilities. He's got really good focus, I think. But anyways, let's go on and get to his attributes. So, he's got 21 Vita. That falls in line with what he looks like, because that's low. That's just as low as the Arcanist. So, him and the Arcanist have the lowest Vita. But like I said before, it's not a totally big deal because the highest Vita is the Madman, and his is 23. So he has a 38 defense. That is very high. Only one that's better than that is the Telepath and the Avenging Madman. Oh, no, sorry. Actually, the Telepath has the same defense as him. So actually, the only one that has a better one is the Avenging Madman. Which is interesting because the Avenging Madman doesn't seem to be wearing any type of armor or anything. But maybe it's just because, he's mad and he's fierce and in revenge mode. So maybe it's harder to tell what he's going to do. Especially, you have to watch out for those Avenging Madmans with bale hooks. They'll get you every time. So, damage bonus +2, that's okay. Power points 5, pretty much what everyone has except for the Telepath. 4 stride, same as everybody else. Skills +1 faith, +2 nerve, +1 occult. So that starting equipment is a crossbow and a bandage. As mystic knowledge is he can do prayers. So he's another one that's that the ability to get to use those, one of them, just prayers, not the ritual one. But he doesn't start off with one, which is kind of annoying that a couple do and the rest don't. So, his special ability, he is fearless. You've encountered dangers that would make most mortals lose their sanity. You can never be spooked. Yeah, that could be nice. Keywords are hunt, martial, and military. Pretty straightforward, that makes sense. Looking at his miniature, though, I can tell you that does not make sense. I mean, it looks cool and everything, but it would be nice, number one, if he had a sword that he started with, and number two, if he was even able to do what they're showing him do, because last time I checked, it said that his crossbow was two-handed, which would really make sense with the way a crossbow works. And I mean, you can't just Rambo it and do it with one hand. I don't even know if Rambo could. I mean, come on. He did that with machine guns. Crossbow? Totally different story. Actually, he did use a bow and arrow, though, didn't he? I don't think he used the crossbow, though. It was just a regular bow and arrow. Okay. So, those are it for him. Those are all the classes. We made it. We made it through them all. How about that? So, Witch Hunter's not bad. Not bad. So, not great, but not terrible. So that's all of them. That's the 6 classes in Folklore of the Affliction, in the base game anyways. They do have expansions, where I believe they have more classes available, and I have the first expansion. I'll get to that at this rate probably in 2025. But regardless, we got done with this. I really want to thank you for watching this. If you could just give it a like if you liked it. leave a comment if you have any suggestions, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Outside of that, thank you. It's been enjoyable doing this. Like I said, the next video we'll start getting into discussing some of the rules of the game and showing some of the tokens, and basically gearing up to actually finally start playing the game. Be nice. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I hope you and yours take care and stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.